Galaxycon. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for coming. You know, people used to say to me when I was starting out, oh, sure, you're good. But you'll never play that thing by that heavy metal concert place in Raleigh. Now, many people obviously know me from a little film called Fantasy. You can clap for just. But what people don't understand is that I had a big career. I had a big career before that. I was doing with 6 you get egg rolls at the Pasadena Playhouse with a very young Lindsay Wagner, who's a delight. And Artie Jacobs, who's a friend, personal friend, wanted me to do the same movie, and he said, you're talking to me, there will be actors there in 8 face. And it was a different time. And you could get away with it. Now, not so much. But there's a lot of things in that movie that are, it's a good movie. Certain things, when you watch it, stick out. I'm assuming you've seen it. I'm going to recite a line from the film where Charlton Heston is just, and by the way, Chuck, chef's kiss. That guy will make an ambrosia salad that will put your dick in the dirt. I'm serious. He should wear a conical hat with a star and a half moon because he is a whiz in the kitchen. There's a line in the movie where he's talking to Nova, Linda Harrison. Fun fact about Nova, the actress that played Nova, Linda Harrison, was married to the president of 20th Century Fox. What are the odds? And Charlton Heston is referring to the female astronaut on their mission. Her name was Stewart, and if you recall, she died at the beginning of the movie. And he looks to Nova and he says, did I tell you about Stewart? There was a lovely girl. She was to be the new Eve, with our hot, eager help, of course. Why do I get the feeling that Stewart thought she was the botanist? There was going to be a really awkward moment. Well, let's crack the seal on Operation New Eve and see what it's about. Probably just planting green beans. But I love science fiction. Have you ever, how many people that show up here, have you ever seen a film called Star Wars? I just caught it recently, so walk me through this. It seems to be about a special needs adult who lives in the desert but thinks he's on a farm. Then he meets an old guy who tells him that magic is real, so he goes with them because he says, it's okay, I'm a friend of your dad's. Haven't we taught children? And then he meets a lonely cowboy whose only friend is a talking dog that screams. And the X-Men movies are interesting to me because the X-Men movies are really about minorities. They're about the X-Men are used as stand-ins for the suffering of minority cultures, you know, and I think that's great. So they're basically movies about brown people starring white people dressed up as blue people. But I'm all for diversity. I do believe it's the future. My favorite horror movie is Blackula. Anyone? Show of hands. Blackula. Anybody? If you haven't seen Blackula, do yourself a favor. 1972, William Marshall is Blackula. The first scene in Blackula, Dracula fights a black guy. What? This is easily anticipated. If you know the name of the movie, then you'll watch it. And then Dracula says, ha ha, I christen you Blackula. And he goes, ha ha. And then they cut to the credits. And I wish they would just hold it for a minute more so you can see Blackula go, ha ha, what the fuck did you say my name was? Just to watch Dracula Look, as the king of vampires, I come from a position of privilege and I just want you to know my truth. I'm here to speak my truth. Then Joe Rogan will get angry at Dracula. Because he backpedaled to Blackula. Can't backpedal to the king of vampires, you gotta double down. Yeah, that was have you seen some of your favorite costumes here? Everything going well? Morbidly obese, C-3PO, Spock with cystic acne, all there. But you know what scares me more than anything? Pronouns. They're coming. How will we survive? Here's the thing, and I'll be brief. People tell you their pronouns so you know how to address them the next time you meet them. And that's based on a terribly false assumption that the next time I meet them, I'll remember that I know them. Because I base every conversation I have as what is the quickest off-ramp to this conversation and this conversation being over. It doesn't matter who it is. I could be at the 24-hour hardware store at 2 in the morning on a Thursday, which I often am because that is when people with a certain level of fame buy their hardware. And I bumped into, as I have, Paul McCartney. And a living Beatle. But even after 5 minutes, and he's like, a lovely name, Sgt. Pepper. I'm like, yeah, okay, all right then, sure, right, all right, Paul. Well, if those gutters aren't going to clean themselves, I should go. Is everyone here? No one's left? You see, the thing is, people get so uptight nowadays. I was doing a show, I do a lot of corporate privates. The Goodyear Radio Christmas party. And I made a joke about vaccinations and 12 just bros, you know, backwards baseball caps, the whole, what do you call bros in a group? A throat.
A common
Stormed out. Thank God we already have a national anthem. Can you imagine in this day and age if we had to agree on a song?
No.
There would be blood in the streets. And we wouldn't have the national anthem either. We'd end up with the Ballad of Kill Fist, the eagle who became a gun. And the Democrat version will just be a fundraising letter from Nancy Pelosi. Put to music. All rise as Adele sings, Dr. Z, it's Nancy Pelosi, I'm worried.
Adele!
We want to sing a quick song. You know, my favorite thing, before we start the show, we have an amazing show for you tonight. We have a fantastic show. Janet Barney is here. Yes, we have to do that. Thank you. David Snyder is here. David Barney. Yes. Harvey Van could not make it tonight. We apologize. He's a quitter. No, he was kidnapped, but I'm sure he's fine. But I love, you know, one of the things that people say often is like, oh God, you couldn't do that now. You couldn't do that now. You know, it's just, here's a song that you couldn't do now. I'm sure people here grew up listening to Kiss.
Yeah.
Christine 16.
Yep.
When the title of the song sounds like the opening of the prosecutor's statement. Probably not a great idea. This is a song that came out back when I was doing it back in the mid-60s. It was a huge song. And I just want to do it for you right now if you can. Ian, let's do Wives and Lovers. Why don't you kick that in for me? Yes.
It's like you, Marty.
Hey, little girl, come ahead. No, sit Jesus Christ is this song about? I'm warning you? Is that what he said? I'm warning you? And this wasn't written by some pent-up incel holed up in his mom's basement, curiously masturbating in the false promise of an unattainable male superiority when the fucking Johnson looks like a handlebar whip with a child's bite. This was written by Bruce Bacharach and Hal Hayden. What is the message of this song? That women are just sexual toys for the pleasure of men? Oh, we let them cook, we let them clean, but at the end of the day, when he walks in that door, you better get ready. You better get ready to rumble. Because he wants human sex. Is that the message this song is sending? That women are nothing but sexual toys? Well, I'm going to say something, and you might not want to hear it, but it's the truth. Not all of them. Now listen to this next section lyrics. These really are the words. Day after day, tell the girl at the office, and will always be there. Don't send him off with the head of the controller. You might not see him again. For one can always be lovers too. Run to his arms the moment he gets home to you. He's almost here. He's almost here. Better shit yourself. Tell Myrtle you'll call her back. Get off the phone. Put some food on the table and for God's sake, put on some makeup. Hey, little girl, stay away. Something pretty, something to go up to the city and do all the lights for the wine. Start the music, time to get ready. Have you ever been in a dog chick for 4 months until you realized she was just an Orthodox Jew? I heard Leonardo DiCaprio was dating his high school sweetheart. Well, she's still in high school. Time to get ready. I heard Stephen Hawking went to Jeffrey Epstein's island. And then Stephen Hawking was into kinky sex and BDSM. Now maybe it's just me, but Stephen Hawking in handcuffs, it's kind of a hat on a hat. If he wasn't wearing handcuffs, what could he do? I have it on very good authority. His safe word was Control F2. It's called speaking truth to power, people. It's called speaking truth to power. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.